Quick lesson on something I formulated earlier this year in music theory. The ultimate circle of fourths and fifths. I'm hoping that this lesson can give you a better understanding and help you conceptualize key signatures in a not so confusing way. Let's jump right into it. So I'm sure in your musical journey, you've been asked or you've asked yourself, like, what's the key signature of like A sharp major? Well, by the end of this video, you'll be able to figure that out for yourself. So before we actually write out the circles, we need to get some more background knowledge on accidentals. So we have like flats and sharps, you already know those. But we also have double flats, double sharps, triple flats, triple sharps, quadruples, they go on forever. The reason why this is important is when we're writing out these new and weird key signatures, we're going to be utilizing these expanded concepts. So let's start with the circle of fourths. So the circle of fourths basically gives us all of our flat key signatures by going up fourths starting on C. So we have C, 0 flats, F, 1 flat, B flat, 2 flats, E flat, 3 flats, A flat, 4 flats, D flat, 5 flats, G flat, 6 flats, and C flat, 7 flats. That's as far as you guys have gotten. But we could go around even more. And so this is built on fourths, so let's go up a fourth from C flat. You get F flat, up another fourth, B double flat, up another fourth, E double flat, up another fourth, A double flat, and D double flat, or just C. Go down 2 half steps to the same note. Another way you can think about this is thinking about the circle of fifths counterparts. So if we were to go around this way in sharpland, we have G, D, A, E. All of these are the same note, just written using flats. And that's just a different way to figure it out if you're not sure how to write out the circle. So I'm sure you're asking yourself, how do I write out like the key signature of F flat? Well, going back to our circle, F flat is just one away from C flat, meaning that there's one more flat from it. So let's write out the key signature of C flat and just add a flat to it. So our key signature of C flat is B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, F flat. So if we were to add one more flat, it would just repeat. We'd go back to B flat. So instead, we actually just double flat the key signature. Well, I'll write it out for here. B flat, E flat, E flat, D flat. Cool. Makes sense? Let's try it with the circle of fifths. So same thing, the circle of fifths gives us all of our sharp key signatures going up fifths from C. So C, 0 sharps, G, 1 sharp, D, 2 sharps, A, 3 sharps, E, 4 sharps, B, 5 sharps, F sharp, 6 sharps, and C sharp, 7 sharps. That's as far as you got on the circle of fifths. But we can keep on going. So from C sharp, if we go up a fifth, we get G sharp, then D sharp, another 1, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp, or just C. Up a half step, same thing. Well, you can also use that same method going around on the circle of fourths to figure out this expanded circle. You would have F, B flat, E flat, and A flat. These are all the same notes, now written with sharps, and it helps you figure out this circle if you're not sure, if you don't understand this like A sharp, D sharp nonsense. So how do we figure out like the key signature of E sharp? Oh, I should probably take out the circle. So from C sharp, that's E sharp is 4 away. So that means we write out the key signature of C sharp and we just add 4 to it. So we have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, B sharp. So if we're going to add 4, we do the same thing, we just make the first 4 double sharps. Yep, key signature of E sharp. I'll write it out in here. Yep, makes sense? So I'm hoping that you noticed by now that there's a pattern. So if we take the key signature of G, for example, which has 1 sharp, well, the key signature of G sharp also has 1 double sharp. Same thing in flats. The key signature of E flat has 3 flats. So the key signature of E double flat has 3 double flats. It's the same either way. So if I want to figure out like the key signature of A sharp, well, A has 3 sharps, so A sharp has 3 double sharps. Pretty cool, right? So all this nonsense really does boil down to one question. Why is this important in music? and when will I be able to use it in my own learning? Well, I think it's most important just to be able to conceptualize it, honestly. It really does give you a more detailed look at how key signatures are formed, and I hope it gets you excited to start thinking outside the box in music theory, especially as young musicians. In terms of practical use, in music theory I have been asked, like, what's the key signature of A sharp minor? I had to figure out the key signature of A sharp major is 3 double sharps, and take those away because it's minor, and ends up having the same key signature as C sharp. Same thing in jazz, when we are talking about modes, we have like D flat Locrian, ends up having the same key signature as E double flat. And I think that's the coolest part, is being able to apply it to your everyday learning.